Have you ever wondered why something that once brought comfort, relief, even joy, now feels empty, rushed, or strangely disconnected? If you're over 60, the way you've always approached self-pleasure may no longer be serving your body or your mind. I'm Dr. Edward Blake, board-certified urologist with 35 years helping men navigate aging, intimacy, and vitality. And what I see in my office every single week are good men suffering silently from something no one ever warned them about: masturbation mistakes. Yes, I said it. Masturbation. It's not taboo. It's not shameful. But if you're still doing it like you did in your 30s or 40s, it may be quietly sabotaging your prostate, your sensitivity, and your confidence. Not because the act is wrong, but because your body has changed. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 7 biggest mistakes men over 60 make when it comes to self-pleasure and how to fix them. If you care about your energy, your erections, your emotional connection, not just in the bedroom, but in life, then don't look away. This is about reclaiming your health, your power, and your peace of mind, starting with the most private part of your life. The biggest problem isn't that older men are masturbating. The problem is how they're doing it often, without realizing that what once worked now works against them. It's not a moral issue. It's not about willpower or shame. It's about physiology, aging, and emotional blind spots that have quietly formed over decades. Most men over 60 don't even know they're making these mistakes until their body starts sending quiet warning signs: lack of sensitivity, decreased arousal, prostate pressure, irritability, and even depression. So let's pull back the curtain. As a urologist, I've spoken to thousands of men across the US, and 7 mistakes rise to the top again and again. These aren't rare accidents, they're patterns. And correcting them doesn't require medications or complicated treatments, just a shift in awareness. Mistake 1. Believing in the semen retention. Myth. Many older men fall for outdated myths that abstaining from ejaculation increases testosterone, mental clarity, or masculine energy. While brief periods of abstinence may slightly boost testosterone, long-term withholding often backfires. For men over 60, extended retention can lead to pelvic congestion, prostate inflammation, mood swings, and even sleep disruption. Think of ejaculation like any other bodily function, necessary, natural, and regulated by hormonal feedback. Suppressing it doesn't make you stronger. It disconnects you from your body. Moderate, healthy ejaculation supports prostate drainage, relaxes the nervous system, and improves sleep quality. It's not about indulging, it's about maintaining a rhythm your body was designed for. Mistake 2. Using the same grip and technique. Every time, let's be honest, most men have their go-to technique. Same grip, same pressure, same rhythm. But your body isn't a machine, it adapts. If you stimulate it the same way for decades, you condition it to respond only to that one pattern. This can lead to desensitization, performance anxiety, and difficulty during partner intimacy. The fix: introduce variety. Switch hands, alter your speed, use different pressure, engage other parts of your body, try new positions. Don't just seek climax, seek sensation. This is about reawakening your nervous system, not retracing old tracks. Mistake 3. Rushing through the experience. For many men, especially those raised in a time when sex was taboo, masturbation was learned quickly, secretly, and with tension. That pattern, rushing, hiding, finishing fast, can follow you into older age and become unconscious habit. But at 60, rushing means missing everything good about the experience. Your body now needs more time to build arousal. Your nervous system responds better to slower, intentional stimulation. Rushing creates a disconnection between mind and body. Slowing down invites mindfulness, deeper arousal, and more satisfying release. It's not about taking longer just for the sake of it, it's about giving yourself time to feel again. Mistake 4. Ignoring the rest of your body. Most men focus entirely on the genitals. But your body is filled with nerve-rich zones that lose stimulation as you age unless they're consciously reactivated. Neck, inner thighs, abdomen, nipples, and the perineum are areas that can enhance pleasure even more than direct contact alone. Ignoring these zones turns the experience into a mechanical act. Touching and stimulating other areas reawakens physical sensitivity and emotional presence. This isn't about being experimental, it's about recognizing that your whole body deserves connection. You're not just a single part, you're a system. Mistake 5. Skipping lubrication. As men age, skin thins, moisture levels drop, and friction increases. Yet many still masturbate without lubrication out of habit or false pride. The result? Micro-tears, irritation, and loss of sensitivity over time. A quality lubricant, preferably one made for mature skin, can transform the experience. It increases comfort mimics, partnered intimacy, and helps preserve nerve endings. Think of it like wearing glasses to read, not a weakness, but a smart tool for a changing body. You wouldn't run a marathon in flip-flops. Why would you rely on dry skin for something so intimate? Mistake 6. Carrying shame or guilt. Even today, many older men carry shame rooted in childhood conditioning or religious taboos. They may logically know masturbation is healthy, but emotionally they feel guilt. That shame can linger in the background and quietly block pleasure, self-acceptance, and full engagement with the body. Let me be clear, there is nothing shameful about self-touch. It's not immoral. It's not indulgent. It's a form of self-care, self-soothing, and emotional grounding. It can reduce stress, improve sleep, and elevate mood if it's done without guilt. Letting go of shame means reclaiming not just pleasure, but dignity. Mistake 7. Ignoring tools made for older men. This one surprises most men. They're still trying to do it the old way. Same hand, same movement, same posture, even though their grip strength, flexibility, or sensation isn't what it used to be. But technology has come a long way. There are tools now, ergonomic massages, soft sleeves, partner-like simulators designed specifically for men over 60. These aren't toys for young guys, they're aids for comfort, pleasure, and ease. Just like you wear orthopedic shoes for better movement or compression gloves for arthritis, the right tool can restore a sense of vitality. It's not about replacing your body, it's about working with your body as it changes. So what now? If any of these mistakes sound familiar, you're not alone. In fact, you're in the majority. Most older men simply haven't had guidance on how to evolve their intimate habits. That's why this video exists, not to shame you, but to liberate you. Remember, you're not broken. You're aging, and that's a privilege. But aging requires adaptation. These 7 mistakes can rob you of sensation, confidence, and satisfaction. But they can also be reversed. And it doesn't take a prescription, just awareness. In the next section, we'll walk through how to retrain your body, restore sensation, and reconnect with yourself, not just sexually, but emotionally. Because at this stage in life, pleasure isn't about performance. It's about presence. And when you approach it with care, intention, and curiosity, it becomes something sacred. You may think it's just a habit, something private, something small. But what if I told you that these masturbation mistakes, tiny decisions repeated over time, are quietly rewiring your body, dulling your senses, and disconnecting you from yourself? Most older men never see it coming. Let's break this open. These 7 common mistakes don't just affect performance. They erode connection. They drain sensitivity. And most dangerously, they can increase your risk of serious prostate issues over time. 1. Emotional disconnection. When you treat masturbation as something to rush, hide, or feel ashamed of, you begin to detach from your own body. You start to experience touch as routine, mechanical, or even meaningless. This leads to a strange emptiness afterward, like you did the thing, but didn't really feel anything. For many men over 60, that emotional detachment builds slowly. It becomes harder to feel pleasure, not because your body is broken, but because your mind has been conditioned to tune out. You stop listening to what your body needs. You stop feeling joy in the process. That's not aging. That's disconnection. 2. Reduced sensitivity. The same grip, the same pressure, the same goal, finish fast. It might feel efficient, but your nervous system gets bored. Literally. When you stimulate the exact same spot, the exact same way day after day, your nerve endings stop responding with the same intensity. That's called sensory adaptation, and it's your body's way of tuning out repetitive noise. What once felt powerful now feels dull. Or worse, only that one method works anymore, making it harder to be satisfied with a partner or to stay aroused. This loss of sensitivity isn't inevitable, but if you keep repeating the same mistake, you're training your body to feel less. 3. Frustration and shame. Imagine this. You finish, but it doesn't feel good. You feel numb, maybe even guilty afterward. You wonder, is something wrong with me? No, you're not broken. You're just stuck in patterns that don't match who you are now. When masturbation becomes disconnected, it stops serving you. It becomes a chore, an escape, a shadow of what it used to be. This leads to emotional frustration, self-doubt, and sometimes deep shame, especially in men who were never taught that pleasure can evolve with age. 4. Prostate health risks. Now here's where things get serious. Neglecting ejaculation for long periods due to shame, fear, or belief in semen retention myths can cause prostate congestion. The fluid your prostate produces needs to be released regularly. Otherwise, it can build up, creating pressure inflammation or even increasing long-term risk of benign prostatic hyperplasia (BPH) and chronic prostatitis. In short, ejaculation is self-care. When you suppress it, your body pays the price. The hidden cost of these mistakes. These aren't just bad habits. They're signals telling you your old ways no longer serve your new body. But here's the good news. Every one of these consequences is reversible. The next section will show you how to reconnect with your body, awaken lost sensation, and restore pleasure, not just as a function, but as a feeling. Stick with me, because once you see the full picture, you'll never go back to sleepwalking through your most intimate moments. If you've been nodding along, maybe even feeling a little exposed, it means something important. You're finally seeing the truth. The habits you learned in your 20s, they don't work in your 60s, and they're not supposed to. Your body has changed. Your energy, hormones, joints, skin, emotions, they've all evolved. So here's the question. Will you adapt with it, or will you keep forcing an outdated script? Because the real solution isn't found in magic pills or one-size-fits-all advice. It begins with a mindset shift from performance to presence. 1. Awareness. You can't heal what you ignore. First, slow down and ask, what am I really doing when I touch myself? Is it connection or just release? Is it routine or ritual? When you bring awareness into the moment, even a simple act becomes meaningful. That awareness is what turns masturbation from an unconscious habit into a healing practice. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. 2. Adaptation. Use the tools of your time. We adapt glasses for our eyes, supportive shoes for our knees. So why is there shame in adapting how we touch ourselves? Modern tools aren't signs of weakness. They're signs of wisdom. A quality water-based lubricant can enhance sensitivity. A soft-touch silicone sleeve can reduce friction, especially if your skin is drier now. Ergonomic designs can help if your hands ache or joints are stiff. These aren't toys for youth. They're technologies for dignity. Built for you. Designed to serve your changing needs. 3. Explore the whole body. You're more than one part. Why limit your experience to one area when your entire body is wired for sensation? Your chest, thighs, neck, shoulders, even your breath can deepen the experience when included. Touch isn't just mechanical. It's emotional intelligence in action. When you include your whole body, you break free from numbness. You step into a fuller, richer, more human experience. 4. Let go of shame, reclaim pleasure. Without apology. Here's the hardest truth. Many men carry shame like an invisible weight. They hide their pleasure, rush it, deny it, because somewhere along the way, they were told that wanting to feel good was wrong. It's time to let that go. There is no shame in honoring the needs of your body. There is no guilt in choosing intimacy with yourself. There is only power in self-respect, the real transformation. When you combine awareness, adaptation, full-body connection, and emotional permission, you don't just reclaim your pleasure, you reclaim yourself. This isn't about youth, it's about evolution. It's about honoring your body as it is today and choosing to feel alive now. In the next section, we'll bring all the pieces together. Because the final shift isn't physical at all. It's emotional. It's human. And it's the one thing most men never talk about, but desperately need to hear. Let me ask you a question that might shake you a little. When did self-pleasure become something you needed to get right? Was it when your body changed and didn't respond the way it used to? Was it when society stopped talking to men over 60 as if you even had a sex life anymore? Somewhere along the way, masturbation got twisted into a performance, a scorecard, a test of manhood. But that's not what this is about. Not anymore. Because real self-pleasure in your 60s, 70s, and beyond is not about proving anything to anyone. It's about listening, connecting, caring. This is healthcare, not just self-care. We take vitamins, we walk for our hearts, we get yearly checkups. But what about sexual wellness? Why is that left out of the conversation, especially for older men? The truth is, sexual touch isn't a bonus, it's biology. It helps regulate hormones like testosterone. It keeps your prostate active and reduces inflammation. It lowers stress, boosts sleep supports, emotional balance. That's not just pleasure, that's preventative medicine. Dignity doesn't end with age. It begins with awareness. You wouldn't shame someone for using a cane to walk. So why shame yourself for needing more time, more comfort, or a new way of doing things? Every stage of life deserves a version of touch that honors where your body is now, not where it used to be. Self-pleasure can evolve just like your wisdom, your patience, your depth. It's not about speed. It's not about climax. It's about presence, being in the moment, breathing through each sensation, honoring your body with the same dignity you give to your sleep, your meals, or your morning stretch. Connection. Over performance, men are often taught to chase results. But what if the goal wasn't release but connection? Connection to your nervous system, to your emotional state, to your aging but still powerful body. When you stop rushing, stop judging, and start listening, you create space for something healing, something grounding, a quiet intimacy that reminds you, I'm still here. I still matter. I still feel. The most important relationship you'll ever have. No one talks about this, but it's the truth. The relationship you have with yourself is the foundation for every other relationship you'll ever build. How you treat your body in private affects how you carry yourself in public. When you touch yourself with shame, you shrink. When you touch yourself with respect, you grow. So don't let outdated myths or old guilt rob you of what's still yours. Pleasure, health, confidence. Because masturbation at this stage of life isn't about what works for a younger man. It's about what honors you. And that is the most powerful performance of all. Let's set the record straight right now. Getting older doesn't mean you're done. Not in your bedroom, not in your body, not in your ability to feel pleasure, passion, and connection. That's a lie you've been sold by silence. Our culture tells men over 60 to quietly fade into the background, to stop talking about sex, to stop needing intimacy, to stop feeling. But I'm here to tell you, your sexuality doesn't expire. Your pleasure doesn't have an expiration date. And your emotional depth? It's just getting started. Your body has changed, but it hasn't betrayed you. Sure, things may feel different than they did at 30. Erections take longer. Sensitivity shifts. Desire isn't always on command. But let's be clear, your body hasn't failed you. It's simply asking you to meet it differently, to slow down, to get curious, to stop pushing and start listening. Think of it like this: you don't run a marathon the same way you sprint. And yet both can be powerful, exhilarating, deeply fulfilling experiences. Mindset is everything. The greatest change you can make isn't in your hands, it's in your head. It's letting go of old expectations, shame, or comparisons. You're not chasing the highs of your 20s. You're creating something richer, more soulful, more connected, more present. This stage of life isn't a downgrade. It's an upgrade if you allow it to be. When you shift your mindset from performance to presence, from speed to depth, from shame to respect, everything changes. Suddenly, self-touch becomes nourishment. Not a habit to hide, but a ritual to honor. Habits can heal or hinder. So many older men are stuck in habits that no longer serve them, rushing through the experience, repeating the same motions out of routine, avoiding tools or techniques that could support their aging body, carrying silent guilt from decades ago. But here's the truth you can change, and it's never too late to start. Introduce lubrication. Explore beyond just one part of your body. Use modern tools made specifically for men over 60. Slow down. Breathe. Reconnect. The more you adapt with wisdom, the more pleasure you reclaim. You're still worthy of intimacy. This isn't just about masturbation. It's about intimacy with yourself and with others. When you reconnect to your own body, you open the door to deeper emotional confidence. You walk differently, speak differently, relate differently. You don't have to chase youth. You just have to show up as you are, fully, proudly, unapologetically. And when you do, you rediscover a version of yourself that's been waiting to be seen again. So, no, you're not too old. You're just in the right moment to finally feel everything you've been missing. As we age, we're told to expect decline to step aside, stay quiet, and stop needing touch or intimacy. But that narrative is not only outdated, it's harmful. One of the most important lessons from this conversation is simple yet powerful. Your body still matters, your pleasure is still valid, and your emotional connection to yourself is worth protecting. Masturbation isn't just about sex, it's about self-respect. When approached with awareness and intention, it becomes a form of wellness, grounding, and healing. For older men, embracing change means letting go of shame, updating old habits, and accepting support, whether that's a better lubricant, a new mindset, or simply the permission to slow down and feel again. You don't outgrow the need for closeness, you grow into a deeper understanding of it. This isn't about chasing youth, it's about claiming maturity with dignity. So wherever you are in life, remember, you're not too old for growth, connection, or pleasure. You're exactly where you need to be to rediscover what it means to truly feel alive. If this message resonated with you even just a little, don't keep it to yourself. Drop a comment below and let us know which insight hit home. Save this video so you can revisit it anytime you need a reminder that your pleasure and wellness still matter. And if you want more honest, empowering conversations about men's health, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This channel is here to support your journey with science, compassion, and zero shame. Let's age with confidence, connection, and courage together.